Yo voy aquí, ¿no? Está
Sí.
abierto ya.
Buenas tardes. Bueno, bienvenidos a la charla que vamos a hacer en Telefónica sobre digitalización.
We are going to talk about digitalization, and this way we can support this green transition that we all need. We have 30 minutes, and we are going to break the nap moment. I am Ormazabal. I am the Environment and Human Rights Director in Telefónica. I have José Frasquet, the Strategy Director of the Consorcio in Valencia, and we are going to see how we give support to the efforts of environmental impact. And then we have Sergio de los Santos, Head of Innovation and Labs in Telefónica Tech. So this presentation is going to be theoretical, but very practical as well. And the first part of the presentation, I will do it. And in order to know which is our responsibility, we are also reducing our impact. We have a second part related to this practical exercise in Marina de Valencia. And we are going to find out how we are helping our customer. And then we have another practical example with the self-driving vehicles and linked to environmental sustainability. And during these years, we've listened to many speeches linked to sustainability. And first of all, we know that digitalization is a fundamental lever to decarbonize the economy and to get the circular economy and reduce the impact. Our main pillar is to reduce this impact. And we need to make the networks more efficient, and the impact on the environment is low. We are not a very polluting company because we are not in a very polluting field, but we need to work on our carbon footprint. And then we need to give support to our customers to decarbonize. And we are going to see some examples and of how we are doing it. So when we talk about the climate goals, we hear these 1.5, the Paris Treaty, the COP, the COPs, and governments can do something, but companies also need to do something about it. So Telefónica, in order to be reach these net zero emissions, is in 2025 in Spain and Brazil and Germany. These how are we going to do it? In our case, since 2015, when we started reducing these gases, so we want to increase the renewable energy. We are a very electrical field, so to say. We consume a lot of electricity, and then we want to reduce the raw material consumption. And what we are doing with all these Internet of Things means that we need some devices, and we need to work on that. So renewable energy is 100% of renewable energy in Europe, in Brazil, in Germany, in United Kingdom, in Peru, and we want to do it in all Telefónica Group by 2030. Then energy efficiency. And 90% of the consumption of the energy is going to be less per petabyte. And we are working on this transformation of copper, introducing fiber, 5G, and an important work that will help us to reduce the emissions, 70% emission reduction. And in 2021, we already reached these 70%. So we are doing a faster transition because there are a lot of opportunities when you have a vision of decarbonizing. And we are also working on our value chain with suppliers and customers. We cannot do this alone. It is we are working with our main suppliers and customers to help them decarbonizing. And also when we talk about net zero emissions, it doesn't mean that it's going to be zero emissions. We don't have the technology to do that. But it's going to be less than 10%, and they will be neutralized. Like, for example, with some examples we have in Spain and in Brazil. So the second pillar, and decarbonizing, we have the goal that we are going to prevent 12 million per year. And this year, we already have 9 million. And how are we reducing the emissions? Thanks to connectivity, improving the video calls and remote working, and also Internet of Things that favor, for example, the fleet management that manages the fleet and allows us to reduce the CO2 emissions. And then all the different digital services that Telefónica has and others linked to the environment. And this leads us to some goals that are real. We are reducing our own emissions, and also we are favoring the avoidable emissions, and thanks to better digitalization. And with an important peak during the pandemic. And a better digitalization of our customers. And also, in order to accelerate the digitalization in 4 years. And we are a key partner in this decarbonization process because any petabyte goes through our network. And we are helping our customers to decarbonize so that these products are higher. And without digitalization, cannot be done without all this. We're talking agriculture, we're talking industry, we're talking about cities. And this is going to be important in order to decarbonize. We have created this label in order to visualize what is the benefit of a product. And we need to have this benefit in order to reduce the energy consumption. For example, an Internet of Things with a smart management of a building, reducing the energy, or a droplet related to water saving, or smart agriculture, or the efficiency in the distribution of the water, and the CO2 emissions as well. Any products related to the reducing the consumption, for example, the fleet management. We are talking about these, and then we have the circular economy. You can see the labels here on the screen. So when we do smart management of an industry, we are reducing the use of renewable resources. So more than 50% of the portfolio of Telefónica Empresas has this EcoSmart label. It was developed by Telefónica, but it was verified by AENOR. So it has to be a direct benefit in order to get this label, and it has to be proven. And then the company wants to go far beyond. And what are we doing? Well, in such an event, in the Mobile World Congress, it is important to talk about our household customers in the mobile sector. And what do we do so that these customers have a better knowledge of the environmental impact of all this, and what can they do to fix it? And in collaboration with other companies, we launched 1.5 years ago the Eco Rating label. It is a self-standard of the operators system. We work with 16 manufacturers, Samsung and Huawei and many more. And with a methodology that abides by the European Union standards, we do an analysis of the life cycle, the pollution, the environmental impact of a telephone from the production until we dispose of it, and then we can choose a device. We can choose a smartphone depending on the rating, and this label is given with other categories, not only the number, but also the repairability, the durability, the circular economy. This label already exists in some white appliances, but not in telephones. So it is an industry that consumes a lot of materials and that generates an environmental impact. So this label wants to innovate in our value chain and facilitate the environmental criteria. So it's just another example of what we do in order to bring the environment to our customers, and that this digital transition contributes to the climate goals. And without further ado, I'm going to give you another example from strategy to practice. And we have here the Director of Marina de Valencia, who is going to give us a practical example in how we can help them in their environmental goals. Thank you very much, Maya. Well, first of all, I want to thank Telefónica for giving us the opportunity to come here and share the project we are working on. And to us, it is a very important scenario in order to explain what we do in Valencia and what's happening in Marina de Valencia. Marina de Valencia, to give you a context, was born in 2003 because Valencia was the headquarters for the 32nd edition of Copa America, the American Cup. So we had to reconvert the internal part of the port, and before it was industrial and commercial activities, and we transformed it, and now it is a marina for entertainment, leisure, tourism, culture, and focused on people and citizens. So we are talking about a city, and before they never interacted. So after the American Cup finished, we developed a project in different axes. First of all, the development of a technological hub, innovative hub, based on the economy of knowledge and related to the training, startups, and also entrepreneurship. So this led us to a transformation process of these headquarters for the American Cup, and they became the headquarters of companies with a high level of innovation. And now it is a consolidated technological hub, benchmark in Valencia and also in the Mediterranean region at European level. So from then on, the second axis is the nautics. We are a marina and we are connected with the sea. And this is how we understand life and activity. So this nautical component occupies 1 million burden of square meters. And we manage it from the consortium and with 3 public administrations, and it is an important pillar in this activity of the marina. And then the third pillar is this, it's an umbrella of services linked to gastronomy, leisure, and tourism, and culture, and sports, music. So this connects us in this interaction with the city. And we connect the city to the sea. With these three pillars, these three axes, we develop a project of urban dynamization that has revolutionized the transformation of the neighborhoods that are close to the marina. And this way we are consolidating this innovation neighborhood. And talking about the marina is talking about innovation. And this is why we chose our principal technological partner, Telefónica, in order to develop an action that is very important to us in order to fulfill our efficiency goals based on sustainability and following the standards of the SDGs and the Agenda 2030. So we do the digitalization of the consumptions of electricity and water in our boats. Before, our boats were connected manually to the water and electricity supplies. With digitalization, we are going to improve the quality of these basic supplies, and this will allow us to have a tool to control the efficiency and the optimization of these important resources. So the connection before was manual, and the customers didn't know the situation of the boat connected to the grid. They don't know information about their consumption. So with digitalization, on the one hand, we are going to be more efficient, we will reduce the costs, and we are also going to provide a better quality to our customers and users. So it also has another approach in the organization of our management activities, because they will be able to localize any incidents in the management. And through the mobile devices that we all have, we will be able to know in real time the consumption or anything related to internet services. So with this action, now my colleague is going to give you more technical details, but I just wanted to share with you that Marina de Valencia wants to intensify and take a step forward in the SDG, the Sustainable Development Goals, and also the care of the environment, because it allows us to develop our main economic activity. And this good management will allow us to continue our economic activities in the long run. So I just wanted to thank you for being here, and thank you for having listened to me. And I wanted to thank Telefónica again for this wonderful project they are doing in Marina de Valencia. So I'm going to talk about the technical part, how we solve the innovation issues and also the problems in the digitalization of these ports, leaks, not controlling the consumption of water and electricity. So we already had some technologies in cybersecurity specifically, about identity, blockchain, and connectivity, and also the exchange of information with the cloud with temporary certificates. And all this technology was used for this solution, and we have created a new technology called iDot, and as you can see in the picture, it allows us to do many things. iDot, iDot can be a hardware or a software with a stack of technology inside that uses a SIM card for the connection, a PKI for the certificate, a cloud secure connection, and then blockchain connection. And in this same device, we have a GPS, and everything is closed so that it is a plug and play service. We connect this to water and to the identity of the user. So what is iDot? Well, it links the identity of the user with the boat and allows to measure all the consumptions, linking the identity and guaranteeing this consumption. So as you can see, it is a hardware in every berth in which you can introduce you can plug it. You can plug the boat, and there is a process in which all the information is measured, certified, and guaranteed that it was this person who used this berth. So this system also has some actuators. When there is a consumption, we can cut the water supply. So this technology will be implemented in all the berths. Will allow also to obtain a lot of information about consumption. So we will be able to have a living lab with all the information about the consumptions. It's going to help us to have a more efficient management. For the user, it's very convenient because they use their smartphone and then consume in a very efficient way. And as José said, these are the main benefits. And also, if there is a leak, if it's consuming more, also the different metrics. And something to add is that every berth of iDot has a SIM card, so we can give more connectivity to the boat. We can improve the quality. So it was something we were studying in Telefónica. It is the only case where we have used it. And for example, we have signed an agreement with Darwin in order to apply this technology to the autonomous connected car. It is connected through 5G and satellite. They develop a rotor that keeps on changing. And also, apart from this car doesn't need to follow a lane or a circuit. So it is a very innovative project that we started in Oxford University, but we are going to bring it to Malaga. So this is also related to sustainability, because having these type of cars is obviously, and the consumption of the CO2, and also improving the efficiency. it has an impact on sustainability. We are going to give a new system, and this connectivity with tech connection and the people getting into this connected car, they sign a policy, an insurance policy. They have to identify themselves, and also a guarantee that they have traveled this distance. It is something totally pioneer. We are going to have an impact on the sustainability of the cities because these type of vehicles are going to be the future. And well, that's all. I give the floor to Maya. Well, thank you very much to you too. Well, we want to link digital and green, the digital transition that we are already living, and we think that we are going to do this digital transition, and we need to do it with environmental benefits. And well, that's all. Thank you very much. I hope it's been fruitful. Thank you very much.